guys, Harrison Graham here from Chicago Bears Now. Doing something a little bit differently today. Obviously, you can't see me, but you are seeing my screen recording. And I promised you guys I would do a Bears mock draft after the trade deadline, after the Chase Claypool trade. So that's what we're going to do. I have my off day here, so doing a different type of video. Going to use the Pro Football Network mock draft simulator. Obviously, a lot of the different ones, including PFMs, to be quite frank, aren't quite up to date. You know, we're in the middle of the college football season. A lot of these websites don't update their prospect rankings, week to week. So keep that in mind as we go along here. Full 7 rounds, selecting the Bears here. Just going to go on fast. I don't think I'm going to do any trades here. So here we go. Let's do a Bears mock draft as the Bears currently have 8 picks as of now for the 2023 NFL Draft. Here we go. All right, so here we go. It'll start populating a bit so you can see some of the names. I'm going to reject all trades today. No trades. C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson, Bryce Young, Jalen Carter, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Miles Murphy, B.J. Ojulari, Kayshon Boutte, Noah Sewell, Keely Ringo, and Quentin Johnston, TCU, all going off the board. So you think about, what do the Bears need? Well, offensive line, defensive line. You could go receiver. Jordan Addison still sitting here on the board. Tight end Michael Mayer is pretty interesting out of Notre Dame. You look at what they have as the team needs for the Bears: offensive tackle, wide receiver, edge, defensive tackle, linebacker. So let's read a couple of these write-ups. See, that's right. They don't have their full write-ups here. So you could go Paris Johnson Jr., play him at right or left tackle. You go Jordan Addison. I'm not taking a linebacker this high up in the draft. Brian Bresee is pretty interesting out of Clemson. I think he's going to be a pretty high pick here. Defensive tackle, you're going to need some beef on that defensive line. He's having a really good year. Let's see if they've got a right. See, I don't want to click this full report here. I'm going to take Brian Bresee, the defensive tackle out of Clemson. Honestly, in this spot, I would consider trading down normally. I like Jordan Addison as well. He's a pretty appealing guy. Do I take Addison? I might go Addison, actually, and then I can go, defensive line later. I'm going to do that. Let's go Addison. Pair him with Claypool and Mooney. I think Addison can be kind of your Z receiver. Maybe Mooney slides into the slot more permanently. Addison can move around as well. So let's go Addison. Let me know what you guys would have gone there. Who would you like the Bears to draft in the first round? This draft order, I think, is just based on the current NFL standings, by the way. Again, I'm not going to worry about trades today. Keep it simple here. So pick 56. This is the Bears pick from the Ravens, obviously. Anthony Richardson. See, that's a good example of not being updated. He is not a top 20 prospect based on how he's played this year, the Florida quarterback. You go defensive tackle here, Kalijah Kancey. And as we get later in the draft, I haven't done a super deep dive at this point in time. I think that the value here for Nolan Smith would be too good. Realistically, he's not going to fall this far. I think he's a fringe round 1 guy. But again, things haven't been super updated, but I'm going to draft who's available based on this. Jared Verse has been moving up boards. Tyler Davis, defensive tackle, could be an interesting option, but I'm going to take the best player available, in my opinion, and that is Nolan Smith, the edge out of Georgia. Again, I don't think he'll be in the mid-50s. He could fall to the second round, though. I could see that being a possibility. You look at his height, weight, 6'3", 235. So there's a read-off here from PFN's Ian Cummings. Smith has a great first step. He can explode downhill into blockers, leverage them, burst into power. With that burst also comes exceptional lateral mobility and agility. When he's on his game, he can stunt with rare quickness. He's a nimble mover with naturally fast pace. That provides him plenty of upside as a pass rusher and versatility. And at 235, he's a little undersized as an edge, but he's very fast and can run sideline to sideline. Could probably drop into coverage some as well. So I will take Nolan Smith here, the edge out of Georgia. Before we get to the next pick, hit that subscribe button if you want us to do more videos like this. Maybe we can work this into the mix where, you guys are seeing how I do these mocks as I go along. First time we've done it like this, so hit the sub button for daily videos, not just draft stuff, obviously, news, rumors. We'll have a watch party on Sunday, Bears, Dolphins, so be sure to subscribe, turn on those notifications, and join us for that. We're going to have you covered all year long, and we're in a subscriber battle with our Dolphins channel, so be sure to join us. All right, so I've gone receiver and edge. Center would be interesting here. Ricky Stromberg. Let's see if there's a write-up. No write-up here. Devin A-Chain, running back out of A&M, is pretty good. If David Montgomery's out of the picture here, you could go running back. I think round 3 is probably a little early, though. Obviously, you're going to have Khalil Herbert. Got Jarrett Patterson, the guard out of Notre Dame. Tackle Connor Galvin out of Baylor. I'm intrigued by going center here. What's he listed at? 6'4", 310. Ricky Stromberg. Obviously, the Lucas Patrick experiment hasn't really worked out to plan. Injury in training camp, and now another injury here. We've only seen him play a couple of series at center. Sam Mustipher, I think, has actually filled in pretty well as of late, but I still think he's a long-term backup. I'll go Stromberg here. I'll add a piece to the middle of that offensive line. I think you're actually in a decent spot at guard with Tevin Jenkins at right guard. We'll see what happens with Cody Wright here at left guard, but you can find guards as well in free agency or in the draft if you want to go that route. So I'm going to go center here. Ricky Stromberg, add to the middle of that offensive line. Okay, so we get into the 4th round here. No trades. Okay, I like Tank Bigsby, the running back out of Auburn. See, I think you get into the 4th and 5th round. Let's say David Montgomery's out of the picture, which I hope he's not. I'd like to bring him back. Bigsby's a guy I would be very interested in. Steve Avila can play center or guard out of TCU, my alma mater. I know him pretty well. He's played most of his career at center. This year has slid over to guard because they had a transfer come in to plug in at center, but he's got some versatility. We just drafted a center, though, so we probably won't go that route. You can go with another edge, Will McDonald out of Iowa State. I like Christian Gonzalez. He's pretty good. 6'2", 200, the corner out of Oregon, but I think the secondary is, in a pretty good spot, especially if they, keep Eddie Jackson beyond this year. You've got Jalen Johnson for another year on his rookie contract, probably a guy you want to keep long term. Kendall Vilder will have another year on his deal. I think he's, for the most part, has made good strides this year. So I'm not going to go corner here. You can go Jackson Player, the defensive tackle out of Baylor, 6 foot 293. He's a little undersized, but he could help you on that defensive front. Let's see here. Scrolling down a little bit. Ronnie Bell, wide receiver out of Michigan, could be an interesting one. Derek Hall, the edge out of Auburn. There's Hendon Hooker. I think he's going to go a lot higher with the season he's had. Jalen Graham, you could get into linebacker range here. You're going to need some linebackers. I'm going to go, what do I want to do here? What is McDonald listed as? 6'4", 245. I don't need another edge necessarily right now. Corey Durden, how big is he as a defensive tackle? 6'4", 316. That's pretty big. Because I just think Matt Eberflus is going to want to get some pieces on this defensive line. I just don't like that player's undersized here. They want good athletes. Doesn't mean he's not a good athlete, but he's just lacking in size there. We know that Flus and Poles are going to value that for sure. I'm going to scroll down a bit here. I'm going to take Durden. I like the 6'4", 316 size here at defensive tackle. I'm going to select him here early in the 4th round. So get another piece on that defensive line as battery's actually going low here. Sprint through this a little bit. Okay, so another defensive tackle available. 6'5", 284. Tony Grimes, the cornerback out of North Carolina. You've got a safety there. How about an offensive tackle, even if it's more of a swing type? You've got Blake Freeland on the board. Let's see if there's 6'8", 305. That's intriguing to me. Let's do that. Let's get another offensive lineman in here. We know that Ryan Poles is certainly going to value that as he continues to build this roster. Give me just a second here. I'm plugging in my laptop. So 1 second. Okay. All right, here we go. Next pick is up. We've got pick 139 here. Ooh, Noah Daniels out of TCU. Hasn't played a ton this year. I'll be curious to see if he gets drafted. All right, so what are we needing here? Ooh, Tavion Thomas, a running back. Hendon Hooker, he will be gone. That's a bit ridiculous. Got another edge. Tight end could be a spot. 6'8", 245. Zach Kuntz out of Old Dominion. Kenny Logan, defensive tackle here. Keanu Benton. I'm going to go running back here. This is my... Maybe David Montgomery isn't back. I like Tavion Thomas a lot. He's physical, 6'2", 238. Kind of like Montgomery. He runs hard as well. So I'll get a running back here. I think it's good value at this point in the draft, round 5. So could make sense. Ooh, Deuce Vaughn just went. If I would have seen him, I might have taken him. All right. Pick 156. Let's see. Can I see who I've taken so far? All right, yeah, here we go. Wide receiver Jordan Addison, edge Nolan Smith out of Georgia, Ricky Stromberg, center out of Arkansas, Corey Durden, defensive tackle out of NC State, Blake Freeland, an offensive tackle out of BYU, then a running back. So I've gone 1 receiver, 1 running back, 2 defensive linemen, Nolan Smith, kind of a tweener. He can play some off-ball back or 2 probably. Then I added Durden there, the center and the offensive tackle. So I've kind of hit a lot of different spots here. I could get another receiver. I could add more to the defensive line. Colby Wooden's still there, 6'5", 284. It's an intriguing size and frame combination. Brenton Cox Jr. out of Florida. Ooh, we got a write-up here. Let's see, 4'3" defensive end or 3'4" outside linebacker, 6'4", 253. Little in between on each position, they say. They say he can drop back into coverage. You like that versatility. Impressive first step. Doesn't win many foot races, but the first step and burst allow him to get a jump at the line of scrimmage. I'll do that. Let's add another edge rusher here. I think getting defensive linemen is going to be something that that the Bears are going to want to do. So I'll add Brenton Cox Jr. out of Florida there. So we get into round 6 now as we go along on this mock draft. Pick 207. Actually, round 7 here. Forgot, skipping round 6. Okay, so you're kind of at the end of it here. I'd like to maybe add a receiver. Jacob Cowing out of Arizona, 5'11", 170. Bit of a undersized receiver. Doesn't look like there's that many great options on the board there. Offensive tackle, Dante Bull, 6'7", 326. That's a big frame right there. Maybe I add a piece to the back end, get some special teams value here. Let's see, Xavier Henderson out of Michigan State, 6'1", 209. Okay, Riley Moss, 6'1", 194. DJ Turner out of Michigan. Ooh, I'll do that. 6'3", 190. I like the size at corner. I'll get a depth piece in my secondary here. And then we're done. There you go. Jordan Addison, round 1. Nolan Smith, round 2. Ricky Stromberg, 3rd round. Corey Durden in the 4th. Blake Freeland in there as well. Tavion Thomas, Brenton Cox Jr., and then DJ Turner wrapping up this first mock draft. If you want more videos like this, type Y for yes. If you didn't enjoy this, if this was tough to follow, type in for no. Let me know what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel. We'll have some, draft coverage with graphics in the future as well, obviously, especially as we get closer to the offseason. We'll probably do another mock draft during the bye week, which is in about 5 weeks, so that'll come up here in a little while. But please turn on the notifications. I'm Harrison Graham. Give me a follow on social media at HGrahamNFL on Twitter and on Instagram. And until next time, bear down, everybody.